Welcome everybody. Welcome back. Appreciate you guys showing up. This is Hard Hats Conversation, episode 4. Today is Wednesday, hump day. Hope everybody having a good time this evening, enjoying yourselves after a hard day of work. You know I got to get right into it today. We had that presidential debate last night. Oh, by the way, your host is name is Richard. Rich, call me whatever. I'm here to give you some hard facts, some hard truths, and maybe you guys and girls out there can give me some comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe and help this channel grow. It's all about solutions as well as complaining. So we can do both as long as we have a solution next to it. So let's get into it right away. The debate last night, it was tough because think about it. They don't have no audience, nothing but the news media. They're handpicked. That is a no-no right there. So my question is out there, if anybody else uh, help me out with this, why can't they just have regular folks out there in the audience to ask some random questions? Of course, we're gonna get some crazy questions. We're gonna get some good questions, but that's what a democracy is all about. Why do we not have to have an audience out there and they hand picking stuff? This I tell you guys and girls, we're in trouble. We're not. The voters are not in charge anymore. It's the elite. It's the rich and famous, and we're supporting all them bad habits like that. They done got so big now that they don't care anymore. They do it right in our faces. They used to hide it back in the old days, but now it's just straight out. You know, they got the news. They done bought the news media, all the channels. They done bought entertainment. They done dragged them into the fray. They used to be with us, activists and stuff like that when they doing the people wrong. But now they're on board. The news anchors, they all getting paid good money. They're not with us anymore. All we have is ourselves. And like I said before, there's more of us than them. So we got to get it together, or I don't know. Maybe it's something in the water. Maybe we like living in poverty. Maybe we like struggling with food prices and gas prices and quality of life. Maybe we enjoy all the drama, what's going on. Maybe we enjoy all the crime and killing. Maybe we do enjoy those things because we're not really speaking up on it. Where's the clergy? Where's the marches? Where all this stuff? Are we doing that good? Well, we all need to be silent. We only can. Everybody can do their own little individual part. What is an ocean? An ocean ain't nothing but a multitudes of drops of water. So in order for that to grow, we all got to get together. Me, you, everybody. I just can't do it. You just can't do it. Everybody got to do it. But it seems like I don't know. Are we in a fog? Are we afraid, or do we just don't care and we just struggling? And I don't know about you. This is not good quality life. What's going on? There's too many people suffering right now. Even the ones that's working hard are not getting over anymore. We can't even stay ahead anymore. It's just too much, man. They really beating us up. There's nothing wrong with making money, but good lord, when you're just trampling over people and only a few percentage of people have everything and nobody else can enjoy life, it's crazy. You got all these mass shootings going on, robberies are up. Um, it's just insane, and the bought and paid news media is not going to talk about it anymore. I don't know how long we're going to have this outlet before they shut this down, where we can just say almost what we want to say, because they trying to shut it down, and eventually they will. They just want you to be drones, just do what they say, vote how they want you to vote. You got people threatening other folks. It was it's a show. Ricky Smiley, he getting on there talking about it. Basically, like Joe Biden said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. What kind of stuff is that? Where is that? happen to that independent thought and your own decision. What happened to that? I thought we have a right to do that. I didn't know if you don't go along, you got to get off the train. What is this about? You got people losing their jobs because of a certain word they use or disagree with a certain lifestyle or things like that. That's crazy. Everybody can do what they want to do as long as they're in within the rules. As long as they're in the rules that the majority of us decide on what the rules are. You cannot have everybody doing everything. You're going to have what I always say, chaos. And that's what we have right now. All the way to the top, we have chaos. We have a president in office that's not really a president, and we have a candidate that's running that's acting as president. So, and that person never got the primaries, never got voted in. Did we? How come we didn't get a chance when he stepped down? How come we didn't get a chance to choose a different running person running for office? Why we have to choose the vice president? I thought that you can have other people join in and say, "Well, I want to get in that race. I want to see if people vote for me." Are we handpicking the president now? Are we handpicking the vice president? What's next? We handpicking the senators next, and everything else. But yet, the same people that's hollering about this is democracy, they the ones taking away the democracy. Come on. Both of them are, because the Republicans ain't saying nothing as well. So if the Republicans are doing it, then the Democrats need to say something to Democrats doing the Republican. But neither party is coming together. They telling us to come together. They can't even come together. And they using our tax dollars against us. Because like I said, they don't produce nothing. Nothing at all. And this is a shame that we got to talk about the same stuff every 4 years. Every 4 years. Think about it. I want y'all to go back to some of the... Look at it 4 years ago with the debate. 8 years. 10 years. Go back 20 years, and you got YouTube. You look up everything else. Look up YouTube and look at the debate. I guarantee you they talking about the same thing 20 years ago. We need to do something with the cities. The city's too much poor. The homeless. What else? We need health care. Come on, quit playing around. Just give everybody health care with our tax dollars. You're already doing it with the poor. It's called a welfare system. People get sick. People can't work sometimes. Of course, you're going to have a few bad apples, but don't let that spoil the rest of us. The majority of us are legit people that's working hard and need a helping hand. So let's just have a universal one, and let's do it the right way. For God's sakes, use our money for something decent. And don't be saying it's a social program. We have other social programs. We have the police. We have fire. Come on, all those are social programs. But there's a need for that. That's for the majority. That's for the all people. So stop this old stupid stuff talking about what we can't do. And we sending up billions of dollars up in some outer space where we can't even breathe up there and do nothing with. And here we got people in different continents and countries starving to death. And we worried about some dark space upstairs that we shouldn't even be up in anyway. Ain't nothing up there for us. We need to concentrate down here, always trying to fix somebody else's house instead of our own house. And these local governments, start holding these local governments, Stop looking at the president to do stuff, because he's just a figurehead and he only going to do stuff on a national level. We're all these grassroots so-called activists, Help us out. Teach us how to do stuff. Teach us how to protest the right way, not burning up our neighborhoods. Not tearing up what little we have in our neighborhood. Teach us the right way to protest. Just because you poor, that don't mean you're not smart. Come on. Everybody has common sense. Everybody. And all those degrees and stuff don't make you the better person as well either. Remember that. Your degree is not who you are. It's just to help you make money for your job. It's a tool. And there's nothing wrong with that. But don't act like you better than everybody else. Just like the sports people, the entertainment, whatever. Wherever you make a lot of money, you look down on people. Cut that out. Because the only reason you making your money is because of the people. It's called giving back. It's called appreciation. It's called being humble. We don't even know how to be humble. We don't even know how to say excuse me or thank you anymore. We done lost all that common courtesy. All of us. Road rage. Killing each other because you cut me off. Throwing the middle finger up at you. What is that mess about? Come on. That's childish games. That's not even kindergarten. That's middle school. High school. You got grown adults doing that garbage. And for what? We're all in the same boat. We're all in the same boat. So quit attacking each other. Good Lord. Stop this madness. Woo. Like I said, I don't want to stay long on this. I don't like those debates with no people answer. We need we need audiences like me and you in there, random, not handpicked, to ask real table issues. We need that. We need that, folks. We need that, and we don't. They took that away from us. We got to get that back. They need to be afraid of us. They need our votes. Remember, we put them in office. They're using our tax dollars, and I'm just going to keep driving that till you guys and girls understand that's our tax dollars. They can't do nothing unless we go to work. If all of us get together, just quit work all over the country for 1 month, this whole place will fall down. Stock market and everything. So, something to think about. So what they're going to do is they're going to talk about racism. They're going to talk about classes, war class, rich versus poor. They're going to talk about, don't live in Cleveland. Don't live in those big cities. There's nothing but hell going on there. But there's good folks in those big cities that are struggling and living every day. Even the suburbs are starting to struggle now because there's not enough tax base. There's not enough good paying jobs anymore. If you don't have good paying jobs, then you can't support your community. All you're going to do is what a lot of the big cities have, neighborhoods. One-on-one individuals struggling to try to make it. And that does not work. And everybody else dumping their garbage into the cities. There's one thing Donald Trump said with the immigrants. I don't agree everything with what he said, but I do agree that when they bring the immigrants in, they're dumping some of the worst ones. We would do the same thing. Be honest. You let your prisons out. That saved you money, right? Just imagine, think of this, folks. Just imagine if just California, that's a big state, one of the biggest states in the United States, just dump all its prisons and send them up to Canada. Prisoners, I mean. Guess what'll happen? Canada will be in disarray right away because you got a lot of criminals that a lot of them won't reform no matter how many programs you have. Some people are just bad. And there's a handful that will reform. But the majority of them are going to keep repeating and repeating. So what do you do with those? You dump them over the border and let the next people handle it. And then you save money where you have less prisons and less crime. That's called a solution. It's a terrible one to throw somebody else's trash in your yard, but that's a solution, to be honest with you. And a lot of these countries do it. So we gotta have the right leadership. There's nothing wrong with immigration. We're not gonna get in all that. We know there's rules and everything. Just like when we get a passport and we go visit other countries, there's rules. And I just can't go visit another country without a passport, right? So how come other countries can just come on in without getting registered and going through the process? Same thing, right? Passport. What's the difference? Different name, and it's asylum stuff. There's some legitimate things for asylum, but that's why we pay people to investigate to make sure they're the right asylum, because anybody can get asylum, anybody. And another thing I like, and let's be real, you bring more people in, more poor people in, guess what? That's more competition for the other poor people that's already here in this country to fight for those little jobs, to survive, to stay off the streets. That's the truth. That's common sense. Whoever say it, if Kamala said, Donald Trump, me, you, that's the truth. Whoever say it doesn't matter. But the message is, the more poor you get in, the more competition. We all do know what competition is, don't we? Come on, folks, wake up. We need to get together, man. We need another March on Washington or something. We need a better quality of life. You got kids that can't even go to school now. And they want to teach them all kind of crazy stuff. Let them be kids first. Let's just do the basic. And then when they get older, they can indulge in some of that stuff so their minds can handle it. Elementary kids, school don't want to know about sex and all these different things. They shouldn't be knowing about metal detectors, what to do if a shooter come in a school. What is that all about? We have failed off, folks. Our leaders have failed us from the top to the bottom. They need to be re-educated as well. Our leaders need to be re-educated. I think they get lost because they become so prosperous as they grow into these different titles. They leave all that mess behind. And what's the old saying, man? I don't never want to go back. Who wants to be poor? I don't. You don't. Poor is a big struggle. Like I said, money is not everything, but man, it helps. It really helps. If you ain't got to worry about what's on the table next, because you need food to live. You need water to live. You need shelter to live. Why is all that stuff so high? I thought this was a democracy. I thought this was an American dream. What's all that garbage? Well, nobody's talking about that no more. Why are we suffering like this? And we have so many riches. There's so many rich people out there. It's crazy. Somebody's making all the money. Like I said, we all got to take responsibility as well. I'm not just beating up the so-called rich people and the hustle they do. That's fine, but they can get greedy too, and we can get dumber too. They greedy and we dumber, cause we buying all that overpriced stuff as it is. They doing wrong by buying up everything where you only got one or two stores to shop from. So if you got Walmart or if you got Target, that's the only two stores, only two game in town. I'm sorry. Then they can both get together and say, hey, I'm gonna raise my prices on this. You raise your prices on that. We got them right in the middle. Ain't nothing nowhere else they can go. I want 10,000 grocery stores in my neighborhood. You know what? That's gonna make everybody bring their prices down. That's basic 101. You don't need no economists to tell you that. You don't need no economist to tell you to try to budget your money, your light and gas coming every month. You know what the average price is. Hell, sometimes they even put it on your if you still paper instead of paperless, they show you a graph of what you use every year. So you know what's coming. You ever look at your bill and if you're still getting a paper bill, they might have it on the computer as well. I'm quite sure they do. They got everything else on there. They have graphs from what you use, like you use gas this May, right? You can show the graph of how much gas you used last May. It's close to the same, unless our temperature, and then they even show the temperature. So they actually helping you, showing you. But how many of us do we read and pay attention to that? We got so much going on. I understand that, folks. It's tough. We got a lot going on. And it's hard to focus on certain things. But I tell you what, we got to focus on our life issues. We just can't go to work and pay bills and that's it. We're going to be miserable. We're going to be unhappy. We're not going to develop relationships. We're not going to enjoy ourselves. Our body's going to wear down. Our mind's going to wear down. We just can't work and just pay bills and make everybody else money. Then we miserable. And all we got is a ragtag roof over our head and a hoopty car, just enough. Don't it seem like folks they just give us enough just to get to work? They feed us enough just so we don't die. Because they don't want us to die. They want us to keep working so they can keep making all that money. And like I said, it's nothing wrong with making money. It's something wrong when you get greedy. And folks are starting to die, starve to death, and you're not raising their wages. Yet your prices are going up. You doubling up, and you won't raise the price, the wages for people to catch up a little bit. Businesses, you have to factor that in. And don't tell me, oh, we're trying to make money. We want you to make money so we can make money. But in the process, you also have to raise our wages. That's all hand in hand. You can't have it separate. Who's going to work it for you? A robot? Yeah, right. Go ahead and keep talking about the robot taking over everything. Oh, they're going to take a few things. You still need humans, though. How y'all going to reduce the population? You going to kill some people? What? Is that why you fighting to keep abortion going on and promoting it? Now, I know there's certain instances where, incest and stuff like that, it's a tough decision, I don't believe in killing babies and doing that stuff, but I understand the mother life and all that. Come on, that's common sense. Don't be trying to yell at people talking about they want the mother to die and stuff like that. That's not true. Stop that. But we don't want to promote that every time you make a mistake and go out here and have fun and get drunk and then get pregnant, that it's okay to just do that. We don't want to drive that home. That's not healthy. I'm sorry, folks. I got to say, that's not healthy thinking. That's not. A life is important. Come on, we fight for it. When our kids are born, we fight for them to stay alive. We go to work every day. We feed them. We protect them. What's the difference when they're in the womb? So we don't want to promote that, but we know there's some instances where some tragedy happened, rape and all that we got to make these hard decisions, say, I don't want to deal with this and stuff like that. That's tough, I know, but sometimes you have to make those decisions to do that. I understand all that. But let's not promote it. I don't want no promotion of, I had a fun time, but I made a mistake. I didn't use protection, so I'm going to make this and just get rid of this. We can't promote that. We got to say, try to use protection and try to be careful. We need to promote that, not where we just get rid of it like that, like it's trash. Life is not trash. Then if that's the case, then why do we fight to keep people alive? Why do we go to hospitals? Why do we feed them? Why do we nourish them? Why do we teach them? If we keep promoting that, that means we don't care about life. So you can't have both. It doesn't make sense. Remember, we're all about common sense. We're all about common sense, folks. So don't let nobody fool you talking about somebody trying to tell you what to do. No, somebody's got to tell you what to do. You got to follow some rules, or we'll have what? Chaos. And I know all the rules ain't perfect. That's why we have amendments. Slavery was a law. We amended that. My parents grew up in the Jim Crow laws in the South when they was born. They had the separation of whites and blacks. That was a law. We got rid of that. So there's some laws that need to be broken. I agree with that. So let's get some common sense, folks. Let's not make decisions on emotions, because I know it. I done it, and I'm quite sure you guys out there and girls done it before. Emotions is not good decisions. You can't make good decisions on emotions. You're gonna regret them later on. You are. Next thing I want to talk about on Hard Hats Conversations, like I said, please subscribe, make a comment on it, let me know how you feel, like like it for me, and keep this channel growing. That Tyreek Hill thing, I don't know if some of you guys, I know some of you guys and girls are sports fans, and you got the cell phone, so it's all over the news. Let's do this real short. We know we know they're bad cops, but there are more good cops than bad. Just like there's more good people than bad. It's a privilege. Do you know driving is a privilege, right? You don't have to drive. They don't have to let you drive. It's not a right. The only way you can drive is that you have to follow sets of rules. And also we have a lot of people right now that feel like they don't have to follow the rules on a lot of stuff. Your workplace, you see it. Like I said, road rage, traffic stops. At school, the teacher tell them do this, they don't want to listen. So a lot of people have problem with rules, and that's our society have no respect for one another. Your neighbors, all this stuff. It's just insane, folks. You know, you're always gonna have a few of them, but not like it is right now. It's really, in my opinion, it's really out of hand. Why couldn't a man just stop? The man was speeding. Black tinted windows, with all the stuff going on with police and protesters and everything going on. And even if that before that was going on, why couldn't the rich man, Tyreek Hill, with all the money, got everything in the world, been blessed, worked hard for it, why couldn't you just roll down the window? Yeah, I was speeding. Here's my license. Let me get my ticket and go. And be polite. Why you gotta be all, I'm Tyreek Hill, I'm the big man. I can say and do what I want because I'm rich. The only difference between Tyreek Hill and all the rest of the rich people is they got more zeros in their bank than you do. They still have the same pain, headaches, and everything. And I'm not picking on him because he's black. Don't start that black stuff either. I'm talking about anybody, any celebrity, anybody with a lot of money think that they have special privilege. Are they better than us? Not picking on them, but let's be honest. Most of them think they're better than us. Most of them. Not all, but most. They're supposed to get special treatment. Is that right or wrong? I think it's wrong. What's the difference? I got to follow a set of rules. They got to follow a set of rules. Like I said, the only difference between them, they have more zeros behind them than you do. That's it. They still have all the pain, the sickness, the ups and downs, and everything else that comes with a human being. And also, when you being a police officer, they call it a peace officer. They used to call it that too, peace officer. I know it's tough out there, guys. I wouldn't want to be no police officer, but you got to hold restraint. It sucks when people cussing at you, um, saying all kind of things, calling you all out your name and stuff like that. But you have the badge, you have the gun, and you have the power. So as long as they don't put your hands on you or shoot at you and stuff like that, you have to do it with a smile. I know it's tough. So when he getting smart like that, let him do his little smart. Let him have his little temper tantrum. At the end of the day, you did your job. You stopped him from speeding where he could have killed somebody, cause a car crash, zipping in and dipping in traffic, which people seem to forgot. That's why we have speed limits. That's the reason we have them. Because if we don't, people be causing all kind of accidents, going the wrong. We already got up here in Cleveland. We already got people going the wrong way a lot. What's going on? So that's why we have rules. And I keep saying rules are important. I know they suck sometimes, but they're important, folks. They keep us from being what? Chaos. Remember that. Chaos. If every individual do whatever they want, we'll have chaos. So what I'm saying to the cops out there, God bless you, because something happened to me. You'll be the first ones I'm calling. Guarantee you, and I thank you for that. But some of us need some retraining. Some of us got to keep getting training because we have to show compassion because we don't know what people are going through that day. And I know you cops are human too. But when you put on that uniform and badge for them 8 hours or 12 hours, you got to hold it together. You are one of our first line of defenses, and we need you solid. We can't have you get mad because some fool with a lot of money want to mouth out and just not follow rules and think he's better than everybody because he drive an expensive car or whatever he is or she. So let's both sides chill out and get it together because all that was unnecessary on both ends. All that was unnecessary, I think. We both could have handled it a little bit better. That's all I'm going to say on that for now. One more thing too, little money thing. Like I said, I like to talk about money a little bit to help people. Stocks. You know, you hear a lot of stuff about stocks and stuff. I don't know a lot about stocks at all, just a little bit. Um, I have a friend. I mentioned him before. His show is called excuse me, Dominate the Books. It's a sports betting show. Like I said, I won money off of it before. Good, decent guy, down the earth. He dibbles in a little bit of that stock. I got to bring him on to the show because he's make some good conversation. He can give you the basics on how to start and what to look for. All you novice people out there that don't know nothing about a stock or something, he can really give you some good free advice, just to get you going, And like I said, the show is called Dominate the Books, and I'm gonna bring him on because I need to get another stock. So I got the few I got through him, and they're growing, and I'm gonna bring him on and help some of my listeners out. So I think that's it for today, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Hope everybody have a good evening. Stay strong. And remember one thing, you can change stuff. Only you can change it. One person at a time. Peace out.